Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. Got a little vapor blasting project to do here today, and there's actually a couple things we can learn from this, so I wanted to bring you along from the very beginning and share it with you. So number one, these are valve covers off of a BMW, okay, and the owner of the car is telling me that he had repainted these because the original paint had peeled off, and then he repainted them and it lasted a little while and it came off again. But also he's been having problems with oil leaks, okay? And got to inspecting these parts a little closer, and we found some actual factory defects in these things. For example, right there, that is a casting defect. He said it was like that from the factory. That, along with, can you see? It's hard to do this with one hand. Let me see if I can get this propped up so you can see it. If you look right down across that surface there where the seal goes in, see that lip right there where it's sticking up? And then he said that was like that from the factory. That looks maybe like there was an air bubble in there, because I think that's where the sprue attached, where they injected, you know, this is a it would be like injection molded, and that might be where the sprue attached, or if there was a air, you know, a air bubble in there. You can see right here where the parting line is. Okay, it's kind of swollen up there. Let's see if you can see it. Right where my finger is, right where that imperfection is, it's swollen up. Okay, and this other one, it's got the same thing. It's raised up right there. I know the seal doesn't go across there, but if that raised portion there hits the block, the top of the block, before the seal does, it's going to hold it up off there, and you're not going to be able to get a good seal. And then also, I have a video where I covered stuff like this, especially like aftermarket. These are factory original. The aftermarket ones, that, and actually was on a BMW as well. Around the holes, there was a raised area, and I took a die grinder and smoothed them down. And it wouldn't be a bad idea also to take a straight edge and make sure that this stuff is level, because this needs to be level with this. You know, it has to all be level, because if this is higher than this won't clamp, and then vice versa. This all has to be flat and level. It would be nice if they would have, you know, done a little surface grinding on these and make that perfectly flat, because the top of the head is perfectly flat because it's machined. And this isn't, you know. So the owner of the car is going to take, you know, run a straight edge across here and file these down, die grind them, whatever, and make sure that this is all level, you know, both of them. That way you put a new seal in that, and you shouldn't have any problems with any oil leakage. And also, as far as vapor blasting is concerned, now vapor blasting will take all of this off, all this grease, oil, what's left of the paint. The owner scraped off, you know, what the paint he could and cleaned it up really good here, but still there's some oil on here and some more paint. And it said the vapor blasting process will take that off, you know, no problem. But the thing of it is, I have a closed system, closed loop system on mine, and any oil or grease, you know, although it will take it off really well, I'm just putting that into the water in my machine, and that's circulating around as I'm blasting parts. So you're going to get some oil and some debris, you know, rust and corrosion stuff, that absolutely, but I like to try and keep it to a minimum. So he did a really good job cleaning this. That way he wouldn't have to pay me by the hour to do it. But before I put these in my vapor blaster, I'm just going to run them, you know, put them in my parts washer. It's got a petroleum-based solvent in it, so any of the oil and that can grease and, you know, whatever the paint that's still on there that is loose, that'll come off and get it all nice and clean. And I don't want that all that debris in the water of my vapor blaster if I can help it. So what I'm going to do is so I'm going to clean these with the in my degreaser machine, just my regular parts washer, the old Harbor Freight type, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like after going through the parts washer. Then I'm going to set you up and show you the vapor blasting process. Okay, I got one of them cleaned in the parts washer, and this is the other one. I just kind of wanted to show you a comparison of why I take my time to clean these. You know, if a customer brings me something that's like caked with dirt and grease and stuff like that, they're going to pay me to clean it. Okay, I'm not just going to stuff it right in my vapor blaster. I'm going to clean it first. So I always tell everybody, you know, get it as clean as you can before you bring it to me, because if it's still caked with dirt and grease and stuff, I'll clean it before I put it in my vapor blaster, but that you get charged for that. And as of the time of this recording, I charge $80 an hour to run the vapor blaster, and you're going to pay me $80 an hour to clean your stuff. So if you want to clean it first, save yourself some time, and it'll be a lot cheaper. But like I said, one of the reasons the reason I clean it is because, you know, there's still some paint stuff on here, which I expect, but all of the dirt that had the same kind of dirt and grime on it that this does, and all of that would have been in my vapor blaster, but it's in my petroleum-based cleaner. And see, there's the inside of it. You see the difference? All of that would have been in my vapor blaster, and it took me 10 minutes to clean this. And I'm going to clean this one too, so another 10 minutes. And so 20 minutes to get this clean to put it in a vapor blaster. Or would you rather pay that, or would you rather pay 2 hours of my time to clean the vapor blaster and change out the water and stuff like that? So, you know, your time is valuable, and so is mine. So if you're, just for future reference, if you ever bring your stuff to anybody that have either sandblasted or vapor blasted or whatever, clean it first and save yourself some time, aggravation, and money. Okay, I'm going to get you set up, and we're going to start blasting. Well, I'm going to clean this one, and then I'll get it set up, and we'll start blasting. Okay, all set up. We're going to get started blasting here. We're going to be blasting at 60 psi to start with and see how that goes. We got a mixture of 80% glass bead and 20% aluminum oxide. That should remove all of the paint and corrosion and make it look nice. I've been trying to figure out exactly what these are made out of. It's some sort of an alloy. These things are really light, and they seem that they would be probably pretty fragile. It's not just straight aluminum, but be that as it may, we're going to see what this process will do. I don't think it's going to make it real shiny. I just think this pot metal is going to have a dull look to it, but we'll find out. So let me get my earplugs in and we'll get started. could get a lot better, but this metal was never made to be nice and shiny. This part was made to be painted. You can clean it up nice, but it's never going to be like show quality, nice and shiny. Got more work to do to it, but like I said, this won't ever, you know, be where you can just polish it and put it on the car and have it look good. This was meant to be painted. Let's see what it does for this side. lot better than it did. Okay, let's take this out and compare it to the other one, see what kind of difference we made. There we go. Lost our daylight, but I think we can be able to see well enough with this light. Okay, obviously the one I just did, and this was before. It looks like there's some kind of a primer that was on there from the factory, I'm guessing. But this is this really cheap pot metal. You know, it's not smooth. So I mean, it was meant to be painted from the factory. They weren't trying to cast it real smooth. As I said, there was a couple of, let's see, this is the that's right, you know, when it was cast. It's been like that since it was brand new. And it said that's where I'm sure it was the sprue where it was die cast. I don't know if there was water in there or what, but you have this spot here where, like I showed you earlier, I don't know if you can see it, it's not level. That one's not the bad, that's not the worst one. I think this is the worst one here. Yeah, it's got a crack in it, and that needs to be leveled up. However, can you see that? Yeah, it was like that from the factory. I'm surprised it wasn't leaking on the showroom floor. I don't know, maybe it was. But the difference of the inside, yeah, I know you don't need to blast the inside. Just make sure it's clean. But just it looks like that must be some sort of an epoxy, you know, epoxy primer. But it's all gone now. That's really poor casting, but be that as it may. All right, so well, there it is, from start to finish. Like I said, I like the idea of cleaning off, you know, is keep as much debris out of my blaster as I possibly can. You know, you can't help. I mean, like when I blast this one, all of what I removed off this, I'll remove off this and it'll end up in my blaster. But all the other dirt and the excess paint that I was able to get off and grease and grime is not in my blaster. So I think that's a good idea. But I'm not going to bore you to tears with doing the other one. It's just, you know, wash, rinse, and repeat. So I'll blast this one and get it back to the customer. But I just kind of wanted to show you the process from start to finish, and a couple of things to look for whenever you're working on, you know, well, anything, valve covers, anything like that. Be mindful of blemishes like this that would actually keep from getting a good seal. You know, don't just assume that it's straight and level. I'm gonna, you know, put a straight edge across this whole thing and, you know, see how close like this is to this, just to make sure, and let the customer know if there's anything that needs to be done. Or, you know, I said I had a set of aftermarket ones that around every hole there was a little elevated place that would keep it from sealing against the little rubber seal in there, and I had to take a die grinder and smooth those off, and they were at varying heights. So some were taller than others, but I just took them down smooth with this. So I said, you know, even though I'm just, you know, vapor blasting these, I'm mindful of, you know, is it a good part? Am I blasting something that's scrap? Do I need to tell the customer, don't waste your money on this? You know, so I kind of think about things like that. you know, I'd, you know, hey, like, heck, to, you know, charge somebody 80 bucks an hour to be doing this, and then, oh, by the way, this piece is scrap. You still owe me 80 bucks an hour, but this is scrap. You know, so I mean, I just can't do that. So for what that's worth, I guess that's it for now. So you know the deal. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.